Bună ziua, bine ați venit. Well, welcome to living in Romania, and we're in Romania again. We're in the city of Ploiești, the capital of Prahova, and the main oil refinery capital. Lots of refineries around here, lots of oil being drilled around here. Not a particularly attractive city from the outside, but the inside tells a different story with lots of historical buildings, and we'll have a look at those. Staying in this lovely hotel, antique hotel. I'll show you the inside later. Hotel Angelo Doro on Strada Maramureș. And we got here a bit early, but they let us into the room, so I can recommend it. Very friendly lady, and it's meant to have a great breakfast, so we'll find out tomorrow. So we'll head towards the centre, and I'll try and capture some of the historic buildings and museums which we have in this city. The centre is very beautiful, parks all the way up the central boulevard, and it's a city of contrasts, I would say. Right, I'll catch up with you when I get to the centre. Okay, so the first building of note is the Museum of Fine Arts on the main strip. There it is, Muzeul de Artă, named after Ionescu Quintus. Quite a pretty building. We might try and have a look around there tomorrow. We're here for 2 days, 1 night, 2 days. Oh, lovely shady streets going along this main boulevard. Here's a cultural centre. Very pretty. This one's for sale, and I think the next one's for sale as well. Need a lot of upkeep, these old builds, and clearly been neglected for a while. So this one, not quite as pretty, is also for sale. So why have we come to Ploiești, apart from a little mini break? Well, a friend of my wife's is a pianist, and she's giving a concert at the Philharmonica of Ploiești tonight. So we thought we'd come along and support her and have a look at a town we don't know. There's a statue of someone famous. Ah, yes. Caragiale, famous playwright, and I think his name is Ion Luca Caragiale, and probably born here, because there is a Caragiale festival in this town. A restaurant with good write-ups, Boulevard. And you can see the festival here. Festival de, yeah, Ion Luca Caragiale. And we had lunch here. It's very pleasant. Nice terrace. Lots of paintings of Caragiale around. But not cheap. Not cheap. 10 lei for a beer, a draft beer, 400 milliliters. So that's a bit of a rip-off. And a pizza, which wasn't cheap either. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend going there. There are better places, I'm sure. Here's another museum, which I don't think I've got time to go around, but maybe tomorrow. Muzeul Ceasului, Museum of Clocks. All sorts of different clocks inside this rather interesting building. Plenty of bars and restaurants. Some which look pretty expensive, to be honest. Maybe Ploiești is an expensive town. I don't know. It's about an hour from Bucharest, so it's not too far away. But, I don't know if it's pricey or not. I wouldn't have expected it to be honest, being an industrial city. Couple more bars. Interesting one here with a motorbike up on top, which is very splendid. And another one next door, more like a restaurant. But my wife wanted to come to one of these, Bistro 29, but I'd read good reviews of Boulevard, so I was mistaken as usual, and she was right. Okay, I think this is about as far as I'm going to walk down the main boulevard. I'll take you back along up the street and we'll see what we can see up there. Well, there are a series of parks. Well, I popped into both bars to check their menus, and a beer there was 15 lei, so 5 lei more expensive than in Boulevard. So I'm glad I didn't take my wife's advice and go to one of those two. Absolute rip-off. When you consider I pay 5 lei 50 for a beer in Craiova. So, living the dream. Okay, so what's Ploiești famous for? Well, it has one of the most modern transport systems in Eastern Europe. You'll see the yellow and blue buses. Well, I hope we will. I saw a few earlier, but not recently. It's the 10th largest city in Romania. Comes in at number 10 with a population of 180,000. Craiova has 330,000, so it's a fair way bigger. It has cultural, historical backbone. I mean, many authors, writers, performers were born in Ploiești, and its football team is sponsored by the oil industry, as you'd expect. That tends to happen in Romania, as it happens in Holland. Philips Eindhoven, sponsored by Philips, and we've already been to Gaz Metan Mediaș, which sadly folded. Another team is now playing on that in that stadium, a different team. So they tend to sponsor their local teams, the local industries in a given setting. Okay, we're heading up the central boulevard, and I'll check what it's called. And we should be heading towards the Cathedral of St. John, which is the main cathedral in the centre of Ploiești. Ploiești changed, the spelling changed. It didn't used to have the I, Ploiești, it was just Ploiești, but they changed it fairly recently for some reason. So we're back where we started at the Museum of Fine Arts. A donation, a bequest by the, there's one of the yellow buses. That actually looks like an older one. They are, the more modern ones are blue and yellow. A donation by the Quintus family, just as the family of Jean Mihai in Craiova donated the palace for the Palace of Fine Arts which we have in Craiova. But we're heading on up this central boulevard. There's one of the new buses. Gara West, Gara Sud. So, very interesting. They have, I know they have at least two train stations in Ploiești, which for a city of 180,000 is unusual. Looks like they have three. Gara West, Gara Nord, și Gara Sud. So three train stations. Unbelievable. Craiova only has one. Most towns only have one. You're going to struggle to find two in Bucharest. You go to the Gara de Nord, that's where you go. Here's the trolley bus. So there it is, running on electricity. Beautiful, modern, shiny. One of the most modern systems, as I say, in Eastern Europe, not just Romania, in Eastern Europe. But we'll head across and head down into the centre. Oh yeah, there are. I can see from the signs there are three stations here. Gara de Vest, Gara de Nord, Gara de Sud. Okay, now that could partially be explained because this is, Ploiești is in the centre of the routes, if you like, between, over we go, south and north. It's right at the heartlands and it takes you up into the Prahova mountains, not too far away. I think we were there when we went to Sinaia, but I'm just trying to remember. Yes, we were near the Prahova mountains on our trip to Sinaia. Nice park, a bit dry after the hot summer. Today it's September the 14th, it's 33 degrees. It's 33 degrees. And they say here they're just not used to this kind of heat. I can believe it. So it's a very important point on the map, if you like, because it links north and south. It's also only 50 kilometers from Bucharest. So if you're coming to Bucharest, Ploiești would be a very easy day trip. Not that there'd be any particular reason why you'd want to come here, to be honest. I mean, it's pleasant enough. If you wanted to do a few museums, you could do that. Most people come here and then go straight up to the mountains in Prahova, the national park. Great wide boulevard. Another interesting oddity about Ploiești. Oh, here we are. That's the concert we're going to. Recital Camera. Oh no, that's later. We're not going to that one. We're going to the orchestra tonight, which is here. So we've got Dirijor Radu Postavaru and solist Liviu Lunaru and our friend LorenaŞecu on piano. And I better add the other one, Ștefan Cazacu, violoncel. So they're going to play the concerto in D major by Beethoven and Tchaikovsky's Manfred Symphony. Okay, So that's what we've come to see. Really looking forward to it, seeing our friend. She's an extraordinary pianist, and is a repetiteur and teacher in America. So she has become also an American citizen. So she has dual nationality. So we'll go to see that. I can't film obviously the concert because there are all sorts of copyright issues, but I'll try and show you the outside of the building. If not today, then tomorrow. Oh, lovely little fountain there for people to keep cool, because it is 33 degrees. Carpaten Tourism, Carpaten. They took us to Rhodes. Huge agency, and they subcontract, they sublet their holidays, and other smaller agencies buy into them, buy their holidays and sell them on. And we've done that a couple of times with an agency in Craiova. Tropical tour, I'll name it. It's very good, very efficient, but absolute efficiency from Carpaten. Wonderful. Okay, I can see the cathedral in the distance as we keep heading along. We'll cross on green. We'll get killed on green. Nice hotel, Mercure Hotel. And then next to that, kind of Stalinist block. I think it's the city hall, I'm not sure, or the prefecture. It says Prahova. Oh, good grief, what an appalling building. That really is horrific. Or is it school? Oh no, it is the prefecture. It's the prefecture. Okay. Oh dear. Well, I prefer the one in Craiova, to be honest. You've got a few malls. We passed one on the way in the south of the city. There's another one across the way called Winmarkt Shopping Centre. Ubiquitous KFC. And it continues across the road, Winmarkt, with H&M, D&M, Dr. Max, Asha. I'm heading towards 4 o'clock, but the heat's not letting up at all. Oh, this is a bit more like it. Palace of Culture. Palatul Kulturi. Here we are. Terrific staircase. Oh. And if you're a VIP, you can get driven up to the door. How wonderful. So, it's the Museum of Natural Science as well. That's terrific. Okay. Hotel Central. Couldn't be more central than that. And we'll head on. I'll probably stop when I get to the church, cathedral, because it's too hot to walk around, to be honest. I'm trying to stay in the shade, but it's not easy. Big shopping centre, this Winmarkt shopping centre. And more adverts. because our friend is giving a further recital on Saturday with the violinist Liviu Culnaru, LorenaŞebecu. So good luck to them for that. We can't stay for that. We're here for the main orchestra, the symphony and the concerto tonight. So look forward to that. Hopefully there'll be air conditioning in the building, in the Philharmonica, but we'll see. Certainly seems to be a very lively cultural life going on here in Ploiești. Lots of exhibitions, festivals. It's very good. Ah, that may be the name of this street, Strada Gliwice. If it is, that's interesting, because there's a from the Gara de Nord all the way into the centre of Bucharest, there's a Cala Gliwice, which I used to take every time I was in Bucharest and wanted to walk into the centre. So I must find out something about the name Gliwice. Some rather soulless blocks here, right in the centre. Well, you have that in every town, in every city. And we'll wait for the little green man. Okay, here we go. Ah, we got one of those in Craiova as well, Mesopotamia. I don't really like it, to be honest, but my wife and stepdaughter seem to enjoy eating there. I've eaten there once. There's nothing special. Ah, now I think we've reached the cathedral. Hopefully, it's 10 to 4. Oh, very ornate. Very ornate. Towers above the surrounding modern buildings. Let's go and have a little look inside if we can. Cathedral of St John the Baptist, Ploiești. So St John the Baptist. Now we'll have a look at the statues in more detail when we come out. Let's have a look. Oh, I can't get in. It's locked. Okay. Well, we've seen the now in the Catholic Church, John the Baptist is normally depicted with long fingers to indicate he... Well, sorry I got interrupted there. My battery was overheating. These GoPros handle heat very well. So I was about to comment on the two statues outside, telling you that John the Baptist normally has long fingers because he has a message to transmit, but they were actually statues of St. George, so not St. John at all. In case you weren't sure if we're in Ploiești, here we are, in Ploiești. And this is the Primaria. What an amazing building, it's so beautiful. Stunning. Stunning building. Yeah, it really is. Compared with the Stalinist nonsense that is the Prefectura, I know where I'd rather work. So we head back now. Ploiești came to fame, I suppose, after Mihai Viteazu was instrumental in making it a fortress because of its strategic importance of where it lay between the north and the south, as I said. Right, I hope to get into some shade before the camera dies again. Have a look. Some more pretty fountains. The Centre of Commerce and Industry, another modern building. So, that's encouraging. Looks like someone's pumped some money into Ploiești. What I was going to say was the political makeup of this city is very interesting. The PNL are very much in control, with I think 12 seats on the town council. PSD have 2. Now we're in southern, okay, we're in Muntenia, but we're in southern Romania still. We're only 50 kilometers from Bucharest, and you'd expect the PSD to be doing rather better here, but they're not. So that's interesting. I must investigate why that is. Or maybe the PNL are doing a good job here, who knows? Because it isn't PNL territory. PSD tend to dominate in the south of the country, PNL in the north, or Transylvania. So that's very unusual. Right. So we head back. I'll show you the interiors in the hotel because it's a charming building. It's historic. It's got antique furniture, lots of marble. It's got a high-end feel to it, really, but it's not hugely expensive. I think we're paying 270 lei for a night, which is perfectly acceptable, about £40, something like that. Right, I found the shade, so we should be okay. We should be okay. I'll bring you back, because there's nothing interesting on this side, which we haven't seen already. I'll bring you back when we get back to the hotel, and I'll show you the interior. Okay, see you soon. So here's the Philharmonica of Constantinescu. Where the concert will be today. There we go. Starts at 7. Don't know how long it'll go on. Probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours with a break. We'll see. I forgot to say earlier that the hotel we're staying in is in Strada Maramureș, which bizarrely is a one-way street, like the one-way street we live in, called Strada Maramureș in Craiova. So you can come a few hundred miles and nothing changes in Romania. It's still Maramureș. Okay, we're off to the concert now. Really looking forward to that, and maybe I'll do another finale, an outro after the concert's finished, and maybe we go to this Chinese restaurant for a meal. We'll see. Okay, thank you for watching. So here we are in the Philharmonica in Ploiești, awaiting the concert, which of course I can't film. It's a lovely building, very airy, like a barn with aircon. We've got good seats. We're up in the balcony so we can see everything. Very comfortable seats. Took us a bit of a while to find our seats because I thought the R was a 2, so I thought it was row 24, which doesn't exist, and we're in row 4, seats 5 and 6. So here we are. So they're just warming up the instruments, keeping things going, keeping everything ready, and our friend LorenaŞeku will be playing the piano you see in front of you, which looks like a Bechstein. But we'll see. I'll ask her later in the restaurant. Okay, I'm running out of battery because of the heat today, so I'm going to close this down now, and I'll bring you back when we meet up with Lorena after the concert. Okay, thanks. Well, I think that sort of concludes our tour of Ploiești. We've been through all the major buildings in the centre. I have to pay an exorbitant fee to film in the 2 museums we'll probably visit tomorrow, the Museum of Art and the Museum of Clocks. So I probably won't bother doing that. I have found a lovely Chinese restaurant. So after the concert, we might well bring our friend here for a bite to eat. If she feels she wants to go out. Very often there's a kind of catharsis after you've given a concert. You can't just go to bed. You've got to live out the dream and get rid of all your emotions. So I would think we'll come here. It's called Wokul, and it has fair prices, and it has genuinely recommended Chinese food. And I love Chinese food. I haven't had Chinese food for ages in Craiova. There is only one restaurant. This is meant to be the best one in Ploiești. It's called Wokul, and we may well give it a go. The price of beer here is 8 lei, which is almost half the prices I showed you on the menu at the other bars. 10 at one for 400 mLs. There's 15 at the other, which is just absolutely outrageous. And half a litre of wine here will be 15, and it's Kramarekash, so it's a good brand. And they have others, Budereasca. So they have some good makes, Fetiasca Neagra. So I think we'll come here after the concert. But I won't be doing any more filming in Ploiești because I think I've done enough. It's quite a long video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it gives you a good view of the city and the centre. The centre is certainly worth a visit, and it's got loads of malls, not only in the centre but on the outskirts of town. So plenty of shopping opportunities for those of you who need a bit of retail therapy. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this trip outside Craiova to Ploiești, to Prahova, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye.